U.S. with lower tariffs. This morning, President Trump announced a new plan to import 300,000 tons of ground beef into the U.S. with lower tariffs. It's a decision that he and Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says will help lower prices.
But the Iowa Cattlemen's Association says it's going to hurt more than it will help. KCCI's Abigail Curtin spoke with both of them to learn what's at stake for purchasers and producers.
Ground beef. It's a protein staple in millions of American households. But since January 2025, the price has jumped 24%. President Trump is hoping to change this. Friday morning, he announced he'd allow 300,000 metric tons of ground beef to be imported with lower tariffs over the next 90 days. In a visit to the Iowa State Fair, U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says this will take some of the burden off of consumers' wallets.
We can get a 25% decrease for families, usually lower income families rely on ground beef. Then he wanted to make that move for the American consumer.
But the Iowa Cattlemen's Association doesn't agree.
Obviously, we're disappointed with that.
Lowering beef prices doesn't come without a cost that the Iowa Cattlemen's Association says is creating confusion for its producers.
We talk about supporting our farmers and ranchers, but then you take some of their profitability away right away out of this by inserting a foreign product into our domestic market.
This decision comes as Iowa's farmers are already facing high input costs with low profit margins, and as the U.S. supply of beef cattle is at a 75-year low, something Secretary Rollins acknowledged but justified.
I understand the decision and defend the decision and look forward to continuing to rebuild the herd, but to ensure that we're able to provide it.
So it's possible you may notice lower prices on your ground beef in the coming months. But if you ask Whaley,
even after this 90 days, we're still going to have a short supply. We can't turn that cow herd around in that short of a time period. And I think that's one of the things I think people have to realize. It takes 2-3 years for us to get to that point where we're going to be able to meet that demand.
It's a short-term solution at best. In Des Moines, Abigail Curtin, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's News Leader.
Shalom, it's the brother Ishar coming at you with another one through Rakakwadash. Before I get started, I want to give infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. That belongs to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim, that's pushing his truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. All right, just a quick hit, man, from the video I played in the beginning, man. You know, this lesson just going to be something like on the lines of it seems like confusion. Well, it is. You know, see, they trying to keep those who are asleep, man, still asleep, man, by deceiving, man. All right, that's Esau's trick. Okay, another part of his, sword, man, deceiving people, man. All right, specifically 2/3. Okay, and the rest of these heathens, these Americans, But you can see, man, they talking about 90 days, but a lot can happen within those 90 days, man. A lot will happen in that amount of time, 90 days, man. All right, but nonetheless, you got people, and specifically who I'm speaking of, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, take this clip, all right, and a run with it, man. Okay. Because it'll make Jake Wood feel like they in good case, man. Oh, man, we good, man. We got 90 days of some low prices on that ground beef, man. Hey, man, it's a good thing, No, it's not, man. It ain't nothing but another trick, another wild, man. Okay, another thing for them to help implement what they really trying to do, man. You see? Then you heard what that farmer say in 90 days. It still won't help anything. Then you got that devil, all right, that woman, the other devil, shit. That woman on there, man, saying what? She agreed. She agreed, man. She said she understood. You see? But then, hey, what the scripture say? Hey, you try to prove. Hey, matter of fact, let's get that, man. But then she tried to justify it. Ain't nothing to justify, man. It's BS. You see? This Job 9:20 says, if I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse, man. All right, y'all Edomites are proving y'all selves y'all not right, man. All right, by your actions. Okay? Why the hell you gonna sit over there and Well, you the wicked, of course. That's why. You know what I'm saying? But then your country is having what a 75% low, okay, on cattle, beef cattle, man. Okay. But then you're gonna sit around and bring 90 days of beef from a imported. You see what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. Cause it ain't like it's a continuation. It's just 90 days of it. 90 days can't fix a 75% low. It can only make it worse. And then for you to sit there and say you agree, but then try to justify yourself, it just proves that you the fucking wicked, man. Okay? And as it says in Revelation 6:4, hey, they take peace from earth. All right, that's all you devils can do, man. Make matters worse, man. You see? But see, Esau does stuff like that, man. All right? They'll say something, and then it goes over 2/3 in the rest of these Americans' head, man. You see? They'll let you know what, like, pretty much their intentions, man. You see? But nonetheless, man, they ain't dealing with the problem. All right? You know, they ain't doing nothing but putting a blindfold over, you know, majority of the people's, you know, eyes, man. All right, and just making matters worse, man. Okay, because like I said, man, it's 75% low. All right, 90 days ain't helping none of that, man. You see? And I tell you what, 90 days ain't helping these famines. It won't help these plagues, and it won't help these pestilences, man. All right, and I'm gonna just go out on the limb, just speaking as a man. I'm sure, you know, something wrong with that ground beef, man. You know, it might be something wrong with that ground beef, man. You know, and it's gonna cause a lot of people to get sick, man. You know, like a pestilence. You know, me just speaking as a man, you know, saying, you know, hey, that's just something that might happen, man. Because damn, 90 days worth of it. All right, shipping all over. All of a sudden, you see with Esau, man, you got to just think the worst case at all times, because this is the wicked, man. Okay, he is set to destroy, okay, any and everything, man. He does. Any and everything that he do. Okay, what the scriptures say, if he do it good, he do it unknowingly. Okay. So this devil putting this plan into action, okay, it ain't with good intentions, man. Okay. It ain't with good intentions, man. All right. But nonetheless, this second Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 21 says, behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay. All right, thinking things sweet, man. All right, it's about to get bitter, man. All these things are gonna come about, man, and to hit mass of you like a ton of bricks, man. Okay, and especially 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. It's finna hit y'all, man. Okay, because y'all sitting over there wanting to hear good things and not take heed. All right, to the warning. All right, it's still being sounded from the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, his servants, the prophets, man. All right. Nonetheless, what it says, man. Even then, okay. So right now, all right, you're trying to make it like a thing's good. It's not. But guess what's growing, man? This sword, this famine. All right. These great evils are growing, man, and becoming closer. And by the time it get to your front of your face, all right, your front door, right in front of you, man. It's nothing you're going to be able to do, man. It's going to be too late, man. All right. But nonetheless, I'm going to close out and just give infinite honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash, that belongs to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akiam. It's pushing this truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say shalom.